What's going on, everybody? Very, very special guest today. I'm a little bit nervous myself. I'm not gonna lie. We have a undefeated CFFC flyweight contender, fighting this August 12th for for the CFFC flyweight championship live on UFC Fight Pass. Mr. Santo Curatolo. Woo! Yeah. How you doing, man?
Very good, dude. Just getting ready, staying sharp, staying healthy, ready to go, man. I can't wait.
Awesome, man. Well, we definitely appreciate you giving us your time. I know you're prepping for that big fight of yours, arguably one of the biggest fights of your life, correct?
Definitely the biggest fight of my life, I would
Yeah.
say.
So, I mean, again, man, we're a tiny little blimp on the podcast map, so we appreciate you giving us your time, brother.
Of course, bro. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Um, Off the bat, man, how have you been? How have you been spending your time during the quarantine?
Good. I mean, honestly, nothing's really changed for me. For the pro athletes, the gym's been open. I've been training a lot. Um, I'm actually getting better. I found myself getting better because I'm training a little bit less, but
Yeah.
not so much less. Not now, but I was training a little bit less, and I had so much more time for recovery, and I've actually felt much better. And I think I've learned
Wow.
something. I think I've learned something from it. I think I learned that maybe training so much isn't always the best thing. Training a little bit smarter and not so hard. Smarter, not harder, works better.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Now being that a pro fighter like yourself, has it affected a lot? I know you had said you're training, of course, but has it affected your regimens at all, or the way you guys train per se?
Yeah, I mean, of course. So,
Yeah.
as far as jujitsu, I was training jujitsu with Ricardo Almeida,
Yeah.
and jujitsu gyms uh, can't be opened at all. Like,
Mm.
we're not
Yeah.
allowed to be open. I mean, I'm doing jujitsu in the other gym, but the actual jujitsu gym, because it's a jujitsu gym, it can't be open. So it's been affecting that a little bit. Like, I get great technique, great advice. I'm always gaining great knowledge from Ricardo Almeida, and I haven't been able to really get that. So that's affected me a little bit, but it's also affected me in better ways too.
Well, good, great. That's awesome to hear. Speaking of that big fight you have coming up, how is camp been going for that fight, if you don't mind me asking?
It's great, dude. It's great. I felt great. Um, I felt like coming out of this quarantine, I felt like the best I've ever felt. You know, we had a little bit of a layoff, and I felt like I came back better for some reason. And camp's been going really good, and I'm ready to go, man. I can't wait. I've been in shape. I've been ready.
Oh yeah, and we're excited to see you too, man. And sometimes I guess we do need that little break from life. I guess you could say things moving very fast and things come to a screeching halt. And hey, like you said for yourself, you never felt better, so that's awesome to hear.
Yeah, man. It's cool. You know, I get to do some things that I get to spend more time with my family, my girlfriend, my dogs, and just do other things that I never really got to do that much. And I get to appreciate it.
No, yeah, no, most definitely, dude. One thing I wanted to ask you before I do forget. I know it's not a secret that your father's been a big influence in your life, right?
Absolutely.
No, yeah, definitely. So I did want to ask, did he train when he was growing up also?
No, he was always into just bodybuilding and
Yeah.
strength strength training, more of that. So, but he always loved the sport. I never my whole life I grew up and there was MMA on the TV. There was never football, never baseball, basketball, nothing. I grew up watching MMA and racing motocross. He was into
Ah,
motocross.
okay.
That was his sport. And
Yeah.
then his hobby was like bodybuilding and weightlifting, but
Yeah.
I was into motocross and just like fighting, and that's what he was into. He never trained it, but he always loved the sport.
No, for sure. Now, again, without being too silly, was it like that Jersey Shore type bodybuilding? Yeah, I know you guys are Italian, you know what I mean, but or was it just, here and there?
No, you're not too far off.
Yeah.
Definitely not too far off. He definitely loves to hit the gym and he loves to tan. So
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
mom does his laundry though. So
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure, man. And you know what? I'm Mexican, but I have the slick back hair. I try to wear those tight t-shirts too. So I get where I get where he's coming from. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah, yeah. Style.
Yeah, most definitely. Um, Another thing I want to ask too is, I know you've competed in wrestling and stuff like that. At what point did you realize that you were good enough to go pro as a fighter?
I always thought I had what it takes,
Yeah.
especially being young.
Hmm.
I started young. When you're young, you could be a little stubborn, a little arrogant. I didn't
Yeah.
know anything. I always thought I was good enough. Um, it just happened to be the day when my coach told me, "Hey, let's go. We're ready to go."
Okay.
That's when I really knew. But I never really knew because I always thought I was good enough. I always thought I was better than I was.
Yeah.
I always thought I was. So the day my coach told me, he handed me the papers. He's, let's go. We're ready to sign pro. That's when I knew. I listen to my coaches. I trust their guidance, and I know they're going to lead me in the right direction. So I just listen to them, and I just follow their footsteps.
No, for sure. And you seem like you had that stubborn athlete's mindset where you're just going no matter what. You know what I mean? So that's super awesome to hear.
I
Um,
do. I do. I have very stubborn mindset like that. I always, even on the wrestling mats in high school, I used to look at the bigger guys and be like, "Yo, what's up? You want some? Let's run."
yeah, of course, right? From a flyweight, of course that's happening.
Fucking trash, always, dude. Of course.
Yeah, no, for sure, man. Another thing too, I wanted to bring up because you mentioned that you didn't grow up watching those other sports, like you said, you saw MMA and motocross. Currently right now, do you follow basketball, football, anything like that?
No, I don't. I don't follow any sports at all. I don't watch TV much.
Yeah.
I don't watch any sports. I only watch MMA, and I only watch certain fighters. If I know them, I'll watch them, or if I think I can learn something from them.
Ah, okay. And that was gonna bring me to my next question. As far as those fighters go, who are your favorites to see currently right now?
Um, my favorite fighters to watch are a lot of flyweights. I like to watch flyweights because I'm a flyweight, of course. So
Uh-huh.
I watch all the flyweights. Um, but Marlon Moraes, I like to watch. He has a really really cool like striking style that I like
Yeah,
to copy.
he's a
Um,
killer too. Yeah.
Killer man. Frankie Edgar, I like to watch. He's one of my favorite fighters. He was always one of my favorite fighters growing up ever. Like him, Chuck Liddell, all those dudes. They were
Oh
like,
yeah, the
I love.
the pioneers.
Yeah, I love those guys. I like to watch T.J. Dillashaw. I like to watch Cruz.
Yeah.
Um, there's a lot of guys. Demetrius Johnson is one of my favorite fighters to simulate. I like to fight like him because he seems really well rounded.
Yep.
He puts it all together really well. He fakes his takedowns, goes back to the strikes, backs to the takedowns. He mixes it up really well.
No,
So
for sure.
yeah, I have a lot of fighters I like to watch.
No, yeah, definitely. Did you see this past weekend's? I believe it was the flyweight championship, correct?
Yeah. Of course, I watch that.
Yeah, yeah. Who were you rooting for in that one?
I'm not really rooting for anybody.
Yeah.
I don't really care who wins, but there was another flyweight fight, Askar Askarov, and I forget the guy's name that he fought, but he did really well. I trained with Askar a
Oh,
few months
nice.
back, and we were sparring, we were wrestling, and I did really good with him, and we uh, we built a pretty good friendship in a really short amount of time. So I was really rooting for him, and I want to see him get that title now.
No, yeah, for sure, man. And then real quick on that title fight, just for me, it was kind of heartbreaking to see Benavidez. You know what I mean? It
Yeah,
was just demolishing. Such a good guy, but you know, the other dude's just such a killer.
yeah. I mean, if I had to pick, I would have liked to see Benavidez win just because he got the shot so many times, and
Oh yeah.
I would love to see him fulfill his dream, and really cement himself as one of the best flyweights. But unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Oh no, definitely. Now, my friend, back to yourself. Is there any sorts of hobbies or things that your fans don't necessarily know about you that you'd like to share?
Um, Honestly, dude, my whole life is just fighting.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. My whole life is fighting. My favorite hobby to do is just chill and do nothing. I like to
Yeah.
chill out. I like to do nothing. There's nothing I'd rather do than nothing. Literally, just hang out with some friends. I like to have good, intimate conversations and just be around good people. I like to ride my bike. I like to go to the beach, you know. I like to rollerblade, ride my longboard a little bit, but just relax. I like to just relax. You know, I like to go on hikes. I like to be in nature.
Yeah.
You know, I like to be on the lake, things like that. But there's not really any like other sports or like hobbies like that.
No, and you know what? It makes sense because you're a pro athlete. You train your ass off. So yeah, of course, why not enjoy a little bit of, self relaxation time? That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, that's it. I like to just chill with my dogs on the beach, go sit, relax, watch them chase the birds.
Yeah, no, for sure, dude. Now being that your life is fighting for the most part, what does a regular training day consist for you?
Um, so I usually train early in the mornings. I like to get it over with in the morning. I train once a day.
Okay.
That's it. And then if I train again, it's light. It's not really like a training session. If anything, I'll go for a bike ride. But I'm not even riding that intense. I just go nice and easy just to keep the blood flowing. And then I like to do a lot of active recovery. So I'll just stretch a lot. I have a sauna in my yard. I have a
Yeah.
jacuzzi in my backyard. I'm always using that. And a lot of active recovery. Like I'll go to the park, the soccer fields. I'll throw a frisbee around
Okay.
just to stay moving, and then I'll stretch for 30 minutes after.
Ah, okay. Well, I wanted to pick your brain because don't take it the wrong way, but you're super shredded, bro. So I'm trying to get on that level. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, yo, honestly, I barely eat, dude. That's probably what it is. I don't eat a lot, bro. I eat like a bird. I eat like hand food. I eat like peanuts, cashews, walnuts, pumpkin seeds,
Yeah.
sunflower seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds on like a peanut butter sandwich. I eat like banana, apples, a lot of kiwis, blueberries, strawberries. I eat like fruits, nuts. I eat like hand food. I don't have big meals that often. It's really I sometimes I'll go 2 days without even eating just because.
Jesus.
Just because, yeah. Like if I don't train, I don't eat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, you know what? That's making a lot of sense. My downfall is eating. Again, like I said, I'm Hispanic. There's the enchiladas, burritos, tacos. I'm a
Yeah.
sucker for all that stuff. So okay, now I understand. I'll never look like you.
You
It's
guys got the
funny.
best food. You guys got the best food on hands
Yeah.
down. Rice and beans.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
like I said, it's a downfall because now I know, okay, I'll never look like this guy. This guy doesn't even eat. But,
yeah. That's
but
what it is. I think really most of my build comes from yeah, I train hard, but it's a lot to do with my diet. I don't eat that often. I drink a lot of water.
uh-huh.
I eat like very minimal, very minimal.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then, well, now my self confidence is a lot lower. I'm not gonna stop eating, but it's all good, brother. Um, and I wanted to ask you too, man. When you said your coaches said it's time to go pro, right? Was it something where they reached out to the CFFC or did they reach out to you?
Um, no, it was more just my coaches reaching out to me, and I was training with Marlon a lot at the time, Marlon
Okay.
Reyes, before he went to American Top Team.
Yeah.
I was training with him a lot, and he was always telling my coach Nick Catone, that I'm ready. Santo's ready. Make him go pro. He's too good for amateurs. Stop wasting his time. And then Nick was like, yeah. He's like, you know what? Listen, if you guys are telling me this, even Mark Henry, Mark Henry would see me, and Mark was telling Nick. Frankie Edgar was telling Nick, like, hey, Santo's looking really good. And Nick saw it for himself. You know, he always knew himself. But them pushing it also, like them saying it, coming it from them, he like it really solidified it in his mind. Like, all right, maybe the kid is ready. He's good to go. And then next thing you know, I was pro and I'm beating everybody in the first round.
That's another thing I was gonna mention. Not only were you ready, but got my guy over here hasn't even made it out of the first round, which is insane, dude. How's that been happening? That's crazy. How do you get? How are you going from? I think in your amateur circuit, you went to the second round a few times, right?
Yeah, but that's only because we couldn't ground the pound on the floor. Otherwise, we would have been out in the first round also.
Yeah. Yeah. No, for sure, man. So how surreal was the moment when signed on to CFFC?
Oh, it was cool. It was real cool, but it's it's nothing that I didn't already picture imagining in my mind. I've seen this moment happen a million times. Again, on August 12th, when I get that belt, I'm not going to be that surprised. I'm not going to be that thrilled. It's a moment that I've already seen repeat itself in my mind so many times. And then I'm going to go to the UFC and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take out all these guys and I'm not going to be surprised because this is something that I've seen and I've replayed in my mind over and over and over. In my head, it's already happened. I'm already a world champion. I'm already the best in the world. So, I mean, it's not really that surreal to me. I mean, I try to really appreciate the moments, but like when it all happens, when I retire, that's when I'll really celebrate.
Yeah. Well, you know what, man? That's super awesome to hear. I wasn't sure, like, should I ask about the UFC? Should I not? I didn't want to, rub them the wrong way. When I first saw you fight, I was thinking, man, this kid's good. And not only is he good, he's really fast. Like,
Thank
you know what I mean? So, yes, there is some contenders in the flyweight division, the UFC too, but no doubt, just based off what I've seen, I know you can kill it in there too, brother.
Yeah, man, I really think so. I mean, I look at all those guys and I see myself competing with every single one of them. And I could stand with any one of them. I can grapple with any one of them. So I'm ready to go. I'm just waiting for this fight, August 12th, to get through this guy and take it one fight at a time and then get to the UFC and do my thing there.
No, definitely, and we're excited for that. Your last fight, it was against Alexander, correct?
Yes, from Brazil.
Yes, and again, it was a dominant victory. First round victory. After that, was there basically no choice from them, from the CFFC, saying, "Okay, this kid's killing it. First round again." Was there no choice to just put you in a title fight, or was there discussions of putting you in a different fight?
Well, at first, I didn't think I was getting a title fight because my teammate, Sean Santella, was the champion.
Okay.
And I would never fight Sean. I train with the guy every day.
Yeah.
He's one of my mentors, my teammates, my coaches, and I've learned so much from him, and I'm thankful to have him on my team. But I didn't think I was getting a title shot because he was the champion. He vacated it, and now he's gone on with his career, and he's exploited other things with himself. And now that the title is vacant, then they're giving me the shot. But I didn't expect it. I don't like to really expect anything because I've learned that expectations lead to disappointments. But I did want to believe I was getting a title shot, but I didn't expect it.
No, for sure. I mean, when I saw it, I kind of did, just because you're murdering everybody. You know what I mean? I'm thinking, like, you can't. How many guys is this guy gonna have to kill for them to give him a shot? You know what I mean? But again, like you said, your training partner. So
Yeah, I mean, I'm only going to be as good as who I train with, and I train with absolute monsters. So my performances speak for themselves, and it's because of who I train with and who my coaches are and who I learned from.
no, I 100% agree. And that does bring me to your upcoming fight, your biggest fight of your life against James Boom Boom Mancini. He's a killer too. I'm not gonna lie. How do you anticipate that fight going?
I anticipate him. I think he's going to try to take me down.
Yeah.
It's not going to work out. I think he's going to panic on the feet. He's going to open up, and I'm going to chip him away. I'm going to just chip away at him.
Yeah.
And if he does get a hold of me, I'm going to hurt him inside the clinch. I don't think he's going to be able to take me down. I'm going to hit him with some nasty elbows, some nasty knees. I'm going to sweep this guy off his feet. I might end up taking him down. And we all know wrestlers don't like being on their backs.
Yeah. No,
so
yeah.
I don't think it's going to be a good night for him. But I'm not taking him lightly at all. I'm going to treat him like he's the best in the world. But I'm definitely not going to take him lightly. But I don't think it's going to be a good night for him.
No, and I agree, and I also agree with what you first said, how he's probably going to try to take you down. And it might sound really silly, but I was thinking, if he tries to take him down, I'm wondering if my guy Santo should do one of those Jorge Masvidal to Ben Askren flying knees right away. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I mean, I could do that. I could take him down. I could even if he does get me down, I'm throwing some nasty submissions off my back.
Yeah.
I'm not no slouch off my back. So, even if he does take me down, I know that in his past fights, he's taken guys down and then has gotten submitted, and that tells me that he was probably losing on the feet, and then he went to the ground. He lost on the ground too.
Yeah.
So I think he's really a dominant wrestler. I give him a lot of credit with the wrestling. I think he's a dominant wrestler, but we're not wrestling. We're fighting MMA. And wrestling's different when you're doing MMA. It's very different when you're throwing strikes. It's very different when you're using submissions. It's totally different ballgame. So we're going to see what happens.
No, definitely. I'm extremely excited for it. And again, like you said, you gave him a lot of praise as far as wrestling goes. I know he's a killer in wrestling too, but I have no doubt if he tries to stand with you for 2 minutes, I think that's game, brother. I really think it's game.
I agree. I think I'm going to chip him up. And he likes to shoot from real far away. I notice in his fights, he doesn't really set his shots up too well. Like, he doesn't wait for me to throw a punch and then he'll slip it and go in on a shot. He kind of just shoots. So I'm going to see it coming from a mile away. I'm going to just step back. I'm going to tell him, like, no, it's not happening, dude. We're going to stand up. Let's stand in the middle and let's fight. I'm not taking a step back. I'm coming forward, and I'm going to make it a long night for him.
Or a short night compared to the other fights, correct? They're all pretty.
This is true, or a short night.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't see him going past the first round.
You know what? I don't either. But like I said, maybe even 1 minute. If he tries to have like an ego, you know what I mean? Hey, it's a title fight. I'm gonna box this dude. If I'm his buddy or his trainer, be like, hey, don't stand with Santo, dude. Don't feed into your ego. You're a wrestler. But even then, like you said, you can see from a mile away. And I'm not trying to, suck you off too much, but I don't see any situation where he gets you, brother.
I appreciate that a lot. I mean, it tells me that you just think highly of me, and I appreciate that. A lot of people do. So I have a lot of pressure on me because a lot of people believe in me just as much as you do, and a lot of people see me doing great things, and they think, oh, Santos fighting, he's going to go kick this guy's ass. But they forget that I still got to go do it. It's not done.
Yeah.
I still got to do it.
Well, you know what? Just talking to you, I really do know. No, this guy's mindset. He's a killer. He's not slightly talking about it. He lives it. Doesn't watch other sport. All he does is train. You know what I mean? Like you said, on your off time, you just want to chill. He's a kill. You're a killer, dude.
Even on my off time, when I'm just chilling, in my mind, I'm mentally replaying situations in my head, and I'm constantly picturing myself just dropping this guy. I'm constantly picturing it. I'm constantly visualizing it. I'm seeing myself just slicing him with elbows and just hitting him with knees and hurting him and really making it a terrible night for him. Even when I'm not training, I'm sitting here and I sit here and I look peaceful as can be, but don't get it wrong. In my head, there's nothing but bad intentions, and I'm visualizing it and I'm seeing it.
No, and I see it too. I definitely see it too. Now, before you get super big time and you ignore us for the rest of your life, once you do win that title, can we get you on again just to have you, show the belt to us a little bit?
Yeah, dude, of course. I mean, so far I only did one podcast before you guys. I did it a few days ago.
Yeah.
And this is our second podcast. So you're one of my first guys to ever do podcasts with. Yeah. I don't see a reason why I should ever ignore you guys. I mean, it's a pleasure to be on here, and you're the one of the first guys to do this with me. So I think that's really cool, and I won't forget about you.
That's awesome to hear. Like I said, I already know. Like I could see Santo on the UFC Vegas, building and stuff like that. So I know you're going to turn big time. So like I said, before that explosion happens, hopefully we can get you on again.
Oh, I'll be here. I'll definitely be here.
Yeah, no, for sure. One of the last things I wanted to ask you, man, is for an aspiring athlete or a guy ready, going to turn pro, do you have any words of encouragement for that person, guy or girl?
Yeah. Listen, you got to work hard. There's no shortcuts. And just be humble and understand that no matter what, you're a white belt in this game. No matter who you beat, no matter what you do, there's always somebody better. Always. And you need to work like you're always in second place, because if you're not first, you're last.
Very, very good. What's that from? Talladega Nights, right?
Is
You're
that
not,
what from?
yeah, you're not first or last. Yeah,
Not first, you're left,
yeah.
straight up.
No, and it's great to hear that. Now again, I want to again last thing. Uh, I know you're undefeated. You're undefeated in the amateur circuit too. The in the UFC, their scouting department is great. Being that you have finished everybody in the first round in the pro circuit, has there been chatter between you guys at all? Being that you're in the CFFC.
Yeah, so my coaches have had discussions with them.
Okay.
I don't know who or what exactly was said, but my coach Nick Catone and Rob Haydak, the president of the CFFC, has told me that they've had talks with the UFC, and after this fight, if I smash this guy and I go through him, that I'm gonna get signed. So
And again, like I said, I'm just a fan, but I kind of anticipated, Santos steamrolls this guy too. I don't even anticipate you really defending your belt. I just assume you're going straight to the UFC.
yeah, I mean, I don't see a reason to defend it. I mean, if I have to, I will.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, if I have to, I'll fight every single guy in the division before I got to go to the UFC. I mean, it is what it is. So, but I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go right now. If this guy James Mancini backs out of this friggin' fight, and let's say some crazy thing happens, I don't even get to fight August 12th. I would even like to go to the UFC right now. I don't even care about the title. I want to go. I want to move on. I want to move on in my life. I want to be one of the best flyweights.
100% agree. I do think you're ready right now too. You know what I mean? I think it'll be nice to win that title for sure. Nice moment for your fans, family, and all that stuff. But definitely think you're ready right now too.
Thank you so much.
No, for sure, man. Now you know what? That I don't want to take up too much of your time. You've been very generous and giving me the time you've given me so far. The floor is yours, my friend. If you want to say anything, it's all you right now, brother.
I appreciate it a lot. I just have a question for you. The name, the hair, and the beard.
Okay, yeah. So
I noticed you got the hair, but
yeah.
no beard.
So the hair and the beard. That's my partner. My partner is the beard. He's got a big beard going on, and unfortunately I can't grow facial hair. I get peach fuzz, so I had to just ride with the hair situation.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And as you probably know, the podcast world is saturated with sports. Bunch of bozos like myself doing sports podcasts, you know what I mean? So try to stand out a little bit, just get my hair all silly. But
yeah, I noticed. I was expecting you would have a big beard. I was like, what? I was like,
yeah.
All right, that's cool, dude. That's cool. I mean, it was a pleasure being on here, and I appreciate you taking the time to have me on here. I really do. Thank you.
No, definitely, man. And we appreciate you coming. Like I said, I see you exploding in the very near future. So I'm like, I need to get this guy on, tell him how much of a fan I am, because I am, before this guy becomes, superstar status and doesn't want to give me the time of day.
So, how did you hear about me? Just through CFFC, following
Fight Pass. I'm an avid Fight Pass watcher.
Wow, that's awesome, dude. That's so cool to know that people like really recognizing me like that.
No, yeah, for sure. And Fight Pass is awesome to see, like, the up and comers like that. But like I said, I saw one of your fights. I want to believe it was in 2018. I believe it was in 2018, and then of course started looking you up, and I'm like, this guy's a killer, dude, killer. And then of course just victory after victory, first round after first round, and then now today, or today's date, you're gonna be fighting for the title. Then, like I said, superstardom. So yeah, it was super great to have you on, brother.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, and I look forward to putting on another dominant performance, and I'm gonna try to keep this first round knockout streak going.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. We're looking forward to it. We can't wait to see it. Everybody make sure August 12th, watch my man Santo, new flyweight champion, then UFC superstardom. So again, brother, appreciate you giving us your time. Again, I didn't want to take up too much of it. I know you're have that big fight coming up. You're training nonstop, so appreciate you, brother.
Great. Have a great day, and I look forward to doing this again with you. I'll be here.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. Have a great day, and I know you're gonna kill it.
Thank you, dude.
Yep. Have a good one, man.